The next stock or the next company on our radar is Maxwell Industries. This is a stock which has seen a 60% rally in 2015 up until now. Mr. Ashish Mandaliya, the CFO of the company, joins in now. Good morning, sir. Companies like yours are expected to be beneficiaries of the GST. Now, the normal or the standard rate proposed is about 17 to 18%. Would that be lower than the current tax that you're paying, and how much are you paying currently?
Good morning, ma'am. Basically, we are talking in terms of a GST impact on this, no?
Yes.
So, indirect taxations, basically, we have an 8 to 10% of indirect taxations which we are paying to the government. Basically, the impact of the GST, if the rate rises there will be something needs to be passed on to the consumers, because the benefit which we are getting from the excise, because basically there is no excise on our type of an industries, either at the input stage or at the finished product stage. And there is only sales tax and packing material and whatever the elastics, other accessories which we are buying out. There is always been an excise duty element is there. So there was not much on the impact on our rate. But if GST rates is higher, absolutely. Tell me, ma'am.
Okay, no, Ashish, actually in your P&L we didn't find any outflow on account of excise, and you're explaining to us why. How should we understand therefore?
There is no... Basically, there is no excise duty. The indirect taxation on our company is actually not there, and excise duty is not there on our company.
Fair enough.
At the input stage, because we are buying at fabric, and as well as we are selling the finished product, which is an FMCG product. But the excise duty element is not there. So much more what is required on an excise part is not there. Only the sales tax parts and the service tax parts.
I agree. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you, Ashish. Will there be any positive or negative impact if and when GST is introduced?
Ma'am, there will be, I think so, there won't be any much of an impact on us, because once the GST comes in, there will be the rebate which has been, what is an input available, and at the time of an output, the benefits has also been getting.
Okay, so net GST rate of 17 to 18%, if it comes through, will not impact the company at all, positively or negatively?
Not much.
Okay, so let's come back to the company's performance. At least in the last 4 years, your top line growth has been quite modest, just about a 5% CAGR. Can we expect an improvement in the top line and volume growth in the coming few quarters? What would be the company's targets?
Then basically this third and fourth quarter won't be any much on the growth as what we expected, because the first and two quarters actually we are been matched up with the last year's. Third and fourth quarter is also been, we are trying to get in what is been given in the last years.
Okay.
We are matching it up with the last years actually.
You're matching. See, in the Q2, your sales year-on-year terms were up by about 14%. Will you not do that? Okay, I'm sorry, it was down 14%. So are you saying that you won't have any...
down, absolutely right.
It was down. So you, in the second half, you don't expect it to fall? You expect it to be same as last year's?
Third quarter, basically we are in stable side. The fourth quarter we will be pushing it hard, so that there will be some growth on as compared to the last year. Basically what we closed in last year is 261 crores. So we are targeting to at least 270 to 75 crores.
Okay. Will you expect a big dent on your margins because of advertising expenses? Because you did post a net loss.
Yeah, ma'am. Basically, we had, did an advertisement in the second quarter itself. We associated with the Pro Kabaddi League, and this pace is also continuing in the third quarter also. We are giving below the line advertisements basically to the cover of the hoardings and all the stuff. So advertising expenses is still continuing in the third quarter. That will be impact on our margins.
Is that the
this third quarter also?
Is that the big reason why your EBITDA was down 98%? Yes, only because of advertising?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Because we had spent a huge amount, 6.5 crores, in this second quarter itself.
All right. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Ashish, for joining us with your thoughts.
Okay, let's move on then to the pharmaceutical space. We've got two IPOs in the pharma space which will be opening today. So one is Dr. Lal's Path Labs, and the